For this video, we're going to look at feature reduction and formatting data. Often you come across these things. I like to do this in code. Like I said, your data set could be hundreds of 10,000s, hundreds of thousands, or millions of rows in your data set. So going through it manually is not an option. You also want to learn to do it in code because it's repeatable. So every time you get that data set to apply your model on, you can run the data cleaning code to fix it. And that's what we're going to do here. So I create a function called initialize data, and I pass the CSV file. Internally, it's read as file in a variable called file. This is where I call it. The actual file is CMIT-510 Week 5 Lecture CSV, the one I showed you in the previous video. So this simply just prints 60 stars across in 2 new lines. Here I take in that CSV file, I read CSV with pandas, and I have my data frame. As you've learned, once you get your data frame, that's when you can do that. No matter what the data type or data format was when it came in, as you learned last week, you can get it into a data frame, and then all of the pandas data frame attributes apply. So I get it in, I print the first 20 rows, I look at the shape. Again, I always do my exploratory analysis to get a picture of the data so I know what I'm looking at. I do a count, I look at column headers, data types. So let's run that and see what that looks like, because that can determine your next steps. So I've already showed you the outliers part up above. This is where it's at. Here's your 20 rows. This is from the head function. So, and as you saw last video, there's an unnamed column. So a data frame will give it a number, unnamed, colon, space, and whatever column number that's in. This is in position 5. Notice it's just the junk column that we can get rid of. We see some missing values there, so we got an idea. Okay, we got some missing values to deal with. We definitely have a column we don't need, so we can deal with that. We know we have 6 rows. Remember, they go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 1,004 rows, 6 columns. We know we're missing some ID numbers there. Unnamed 5 has just got 8 junk things is what we'll call them. We'll get rid of that in a minute. So we can see, okay, so ID's probably missing values and currency's missing values. Knowing that this is supposed to be 1,000 rows, I know we have duplicates, but we don't know that yet. We'll check that in a different video. Here's the column headers. Again, you can see these are good names. I'm good with these. This one is concerning. Do I need to use the rename function for this, or is it just a column that I don't need? That would be feature reduction, which I think is what we need, as there was nothing in it of value that I saw. So we'll come back to the code and we'll deal with that. So there's the drop function from data frames, and the column name. Notice drop function, all the functions start with and end with the parentheses. So we want column called unnamed colon space 5. I put that in single quotes or double quotes, whatever, it's a string. I set in the drop function, there is an attribute called axis. As I put in the notes, if you put axis 0, it's going to drop a row. If you put axis 1, it's going to drop a column. And then we do in place equals true so that it updates our data frame that we have now in memory. Then I'm going to print those again, the whole head, shape, count, and see what I have there. And I don't need to run it again. I have it right here. Here's my new print, first 20 rows. Great, that column's been stripped out. Now I have 5 instead of 6. Remember, 0 through whatever. So I still have missing values in that, as I know, but we'll deal with that later. So this brings up a problem, though, that I see. Credit card number is exponential format. That's not right. We know credit cards don't have no E exponential values. And there are a lot of zeros, and that's because these were randomly generated. So they're fake. So it's 441 and a bunch of zeros. They're fake. But we know real credit card numbers don't have that many zeros. Irrelevant. We need to fix this formatting. And quite simply, we can do that in one straight command. In the data frame credit card number column, we're going to convert that column using the as type function and an integer. And then we're going to print the first 10 rows to make sure that it changed. So that's what you see here. So we did change them. Now we're good. Here's our new data set. Looks good. We got rid of a column. We formatted data. Next we'll move on to missing data, and that's the next video.